everyone, so today I'm going to be filming a beauty haul for you. It feels like I haven't filmed in such a long time, and I think it's just because I've been filming non-talky videos and then I always get really out of sync and then don't know what I'm doing when I come to actually speak to the camera anymore. So we're just going to try and push through this. Far too early for this, I don't really know what I'm saying. But anyway, I have bought a lot of stuff recently. I had to buy a few things before I went to Barcelona, and then I bought a couple of things at duty free, and then when I came back I had a little bit of a MAC splurge, so I thought I would just talk you through some of the things that I have bought recently because I've really been liking a lot of them and I've had a good go at actually trying them out. So they're not going to be pristinely perfect straight out of the packaging, but at least I can... Ooh, my voice went a bit weird then. But at least I can kind of talk you through my thoughts on them and whether I like them or not. So I'm going to talk you through pre-holiday stuff. I bought a few things in advance of Barcelona just because I wanted little things that could kind of fit in my clear plastic bag. And a lot of you asked why I filled up my plastic bag so much, because a lot of you, when you fly internationally or whatever, have limits on, like, you can take 10 items. The rule for the UK is just stuff as much in as you can, and as long as it zips up you're good to go. So I basically had a couple of things that I wanted to take with me that were kind of within the 75 milliliter kind of range, and I just love lots of these for flying. The first one is the Caudalie Beauty Elixir, which is a completely pointless princess product. I think I heard Fleur call it a princess product and I was like, yes girl. Yep. It's completely overpriced smelly water, but I have this because I get really nervous with flying and I really don't like aeroplane smells. It sounds like such a princess thing to say, and I'm very well aware that some people are going to hate me for this. But sometimes once the foods come out on the plane, I start to feel really nauseous and I just can't take it. And I don't really want to sit there feeling ill all the time, but I found a couple of years ago when I had this with me that a spritz of this just onto my face, because of the scent of it, it's very kind of like minty, pepperminty, very fresh kind of scent. When you spray it onto you, it kind of lingers, which I do sometimes ask the people next to me if it's okay if I spray it, because it does smell minty, but it kind of freshens the air around you and just stops me feeling really nauseous. And it's just one of those things that I now cannot fly without. I just know that even if I don't need to use this, as long as I have this, I feel like I'm going to be okay. So I totally love this and had to pick one up before I went on holiday just because I had to have it to fly with, and I love it. So I went to our local Keel store, which I loved. You have the best customer service in there, they're so nice, and I picked up two things. The first one is the Keel Skin Rescuer, and you will have heard me talk about this all the time because it is my favourite moisturiser. Day or night, I just love this stuff. It's really, really hydrating but very soothing, and it just is so lovely on my skin. It's just my perfect moisturiser. And I like the fact that it's in like a 75 milliliter bottle because it means I can take it on the plane. Yes. And then I also picked up the Keel's Clearly Corrective Dark Circle Perfecta SPF 30 on Alex's recommendation. And I'm still not 100% on how I feel about this. I feel like it's very kind of drying on my under eyes. I would prefer something that's much more hydrating. I feel like it doesn't really double up as a skincare item and a makeup item for me. It's just a makeup item. It's kind of correcting, but it's not really pink toned enough to be correcting for me. I'm still trying to work out how to work with this, but I just thought I'd let you know that I'm still kind of on the middle ground. I don't hate it, but I don't think it's my perfect under eye corrector. I think I definitely prefer the Origins eye cream. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a pinky kind of salmony colour, and that really helps to correct my dark under eye circles. So yeah, not sure how I feel about that exactly yet, but I'm going to keep trying it and I will keep you updated. And then we have my beauty spendy moment in duty free, which was a bit mental. I also had a sunglasses spendy moment in duty free and bought lots of sunglasses and lots of chocolate and stuff like that, but I just thought I'd show you the beauty stuff today. And the first thing I got is Bronze Goddess by Estee Lauder, and I hated this a couple of years ago when I first smelt it, and everyone was going nuts for it when I first got into beauty blogging. It was just one of those things that I was like, I cannot stand the smell of this is disgusting. And something happened this summer and all of a sudden it's all I can smell. When someone's wearing it, I can smell them a mile off and I know they're wearing it. I just love it. I'm addicted to it. Everyone I think in Spain was wearing it as well, so it was just one of those things that I was like, I need that, and got it at the airport because it's always out of stock in Brighton and in London as well. But in Barcelona's airport, I think I was at the North Terminal, and they have a really, really good duty free, and I picked this up because I just had to have my hands on it. It smells so good and it's all I've been wearing since I got it. And then I also picked up my third, fourth or fifth Estee Lauder Double Wear Brush on Glow BB highlighter. I basically picked up the wrong colour last time. I picked up the warm one, which is a more yellow toned kind of concealy, highlightery thing. But this one is the cool one and it's more pink toned, which is so much better for my dark under eye circles. And this is like my one thing when it comes to makeup. Most things just are targeted at this area here and correcting this area because it doesn't pick up on camera, but I have very, very grey under eyes. So I picked this up in the right colour and I'm just addicted to this. It just really perfects the skin and brightens and conceals a little bit and then corrects. It's just my #1 beauty essential. I think if I had to give up everything else in life, I would just have this, I think, or liquid eyeliner or brows. Let's not play that game. And then we move on to MAC and things got a bit spendy in there and I bought quite a few lipsticks and then a couple of other things as well. And the one things that I knew I wanted when I went in there were new lipsticks. The ones that I picked up this time were slightly Lily Pebbles inspired before we get started. Definitely been loving her kind of lip combinations at the moment. And these are all very, very similar. So yeah, don't judge me. This is the most unorthodox way of rolling up lipsticks. So the ones I picked up were Mare, Syrup and Amorous, and I haven't used Amorous yet because it's just slightly too dark. I'm kind of waiting for a night out to use it, but I wore Mare the other day to a wedding and it was really great, really long lasting, totally loved it. It's kind of like the more matte version of Syrup. For me, it's just slightly darker and more matte and I really, really like that. Syrup is like my everyday go-to at the moment. I'm a little bit more tanned and I find that all of these shades are kind of really working with that at the moment, so I'm really enjoying being able to take advantage of darker kind of pinky nudie shades. And then Amorous is like the darkest of them all. It's kind of like a dark, natural, nudie, not nudie, purpley pink. That was descriptive. So I picked these up and I have been loving them, and then I also picked up a lip liner to go with these. Can you guess which lip liner it's going to be? So I picked up Soar Lip Pencil. Did you guess it right? I'm not a massive fan of lip pencils, so I don't really know what kind of spurred me on to do this because I've really gone off them recently, but I actually really like this one. It's very similar to Rimmel East End Snob, just a slightly little bit darker, and it's just a little bit darker than MAC's Boldly Bare as well, and if you have one of these you don't need the other because they're still very similar. But I really like this one for wearing underneath the lipsticks that I just bought, and I only apply it around the outer part of my lip and then kind of in these inner outer corners. What do you call these? I don't know. But then I just kind of leave the middle bit bare and it gives your lips a bit more depth, and that's what I feel like I really lack if I wear lip liner and just apply it all over. There's lots of people that it looks amazing on, but it just doesn't look amazing on me. So I've just been applying it very sparingly and I really, really like it. It just helps everything to last a little bit longer. So I've been liking that a lot. And then the final thing I picked up is like the thing that I'm kind of most excited about out of all of this, because I find this really aesthetically pleasing and it's actually a really great product as well. This is the MAC Pro Conceal and Correct palette in the shade Medium. I thought I was going to need light, but actually medium is perfect for me. And this basically has a lot of concealing and kind of darker contouring-y kind of shades. I don't know, I'm not really sure what I'm using the darker shades for yet. I don't think I'll ever really get too much use out of them. The top row and bottom row are like my go-to concealers at the moment, apart from the Estee Lauder Double Wear Brush on Glow BB highlighter. But these are great for kind of correcting and concealing. So I have lots of areas of like redness around my nose and between my eyebrows, always really wet between my eyebrows. So I use this kind of yellowy toned concealer here and then the top one above it for kind of concealing that. So I use the yellow one first and then go over with this one, and it just works so well at clearing up any redness on spots as well. It's just perfect. And then for under my eyes I use this kind of pinky salmony colour here and then go over with the kind of more darker one here because I find that the pink one is very light for me. So I just kind of use a mixture of both and it just corrects so beautifully. So it's an amazing multi-use palette. I'm really enjoying using this at the moment. I really wanted to show this when it was all pristine and perfect for close-ups, but I just couldn't resist tucking straight in and I am absolutely obsessed. So definitely check this out if you are kind of really into your makeup and into your concealing. If you're new to makeup or you're not really into makeup, then I wouldn't say this is a must-have. I don't think I would say this is a must-have for anyone, but for those that are really into their makeup and into their concealing or contouring or whatever, because I think lots of people do buy these to contour with as well, then definitely check it out. But they're not the most affordable out of like concealer palettes, so I wouldn't say that it's a must-have for anyone. But anyway, love this a lot. And that is it for my little beauty haul. I feel like I really whizzed through this. I'm just in one of those moods where I'm like Also in one of those moods where I've apparently lost my mind. So I hope you all enjoyed this. Give it a thumbs up if you did, because that would make me really, really happy. And make sure you're subscribed if you are new. There are new videos loosely Tuesdays, Thursdays and Sundays, with the occasional bonus on a Wednesday every couple of weeks. I'm still figuring out the schedule. It's a tough one. But yeah, make sure you subscribe if you're new for lots of new videos, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye! Your eyes are so yellow. You've got the eyes of Sauron.